Halo, balik lagi main Genshin Impact. Nih habis update 2.5. Lihat-lihat update apaan aja. Sekalian daily. Oh, quest yang X1. Hah? Umbrosa chapter X2 Transient Dream. Oh, belum kelar. Transient Dream. Yang mana ya? Oh, ini. Resin harusnya aman. Nah, aman kan? Aman resin ya. Soalnya semalam sebelum off gue bikin 0. Takutnya update-nya lama.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Recently, the Adventurers Guild has received an unusual commission, and after careful consideration, we believe that
the Traveler would be the most suitable candidate, right?
I will spare the pleasantries then. May I ask if you two are available to help? Well, let me go over it briefly. Our client for this job is the Yashiro Commission. Apparently, Rift Hounds are attacking the roots of the sacred sakura nearby Mount Yogo in great numbers.
Rift Hounds? On Narukami Island?
Yes. We are not sure where exactly these creatures come from. The sacred sakura is of tremendous importance to Inazuma. Good. Then you can see that this case is very urgent indeed.
Is the Tenryu Commission aware?
Yes, and they are already taking action of their own. However, given that the sacred sakura's root system is vast and complex, and faced with the unpredictability and scale of the Rift Hound's attack, their main priority is to protect the civilian population. So they are actively looking to cooperate with the Adventurers Guild is one of the key parties assisting the Tenryu Commission with their work. But so far, the combined efforts to combat the Rift Hounds has failed to substantially ameliorate the situation. You have our deepest gratitude. Your confident response puts me far more at ease. I will mark on your map the areas where Rift Hound appearances.
Relax. We'll be back before you can say Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Isn't even worth mentioning.
Sombong sekali si Paimin.
Ad Astra.
Paimin.
Keeping the sacred sakura safe was Kazari's greatest...
Once, there was a glory.
Hadiahnya apa nih? Wih.
Onwards. We have work to do.
Gila visual Diona serem banget. Yang jagain ngeri loh. Dua-duanya bagus nih. Crit damage. Wait, Jan. Iya, weaponnya sini banget ini sih. Ya, ya. Hmm.
You hope the
Menarik nggak ya? Menarik nggak ya?
Savoni. Are all working hard.
Bisa berapa kali narik nih? Oh, satu lagi. Bisa nih. Daily dulu berarti. Daily dulu berarti daily. Wah, ininya lagi diambil si Fenty. Si Jin. Bener ya? Oh, kepalanya dong. Oke. Daily dulu biar dapat primo, Om. Oh, ini yang jadi copet. Jadi copet, jadi maling. Mau kemana lu? Ed? Sabotage. Oke.
Stabilize. Solidify.
Here we go. Yeah.
For the Harbinger.
Charge! Let's end this.
Wouldn't gliding be faster? Time for takeoff.
I will have order. Joy. Looks like I went too far. Advance!
Brace yourselves. Think you can get away?
Order guide you. Charge!
Break a leg.
Solidify.
Time for takeoff. Yeah.
Prayer in progress.
Rise!
Nyangkut. Mana? 1, 2 di sana. Yang ketiga mana? Lah, nggak kelihatan. Oh, di bawah.
Add Ast. Thank you for
Ah, kan bisa beli satu lagi. Mana? Jajal dong. Nggak tahu dapat apa enggak. Set masih 13. Jarang nyari begini nih. Iya, apaan nih? Oh. Aduh. Toma ya, Toma aku belum punya, tapi Diona sama officialnya DC6. Sikatlah, bismillah. Lumayan dapet Toma 1. Mana? Si Toma ya. Lumayan dapet Toma 1.
Every journey has its final day.
Buat nambah-nambahin itu doang, apa namanya? Namekat. Mamam kan? Udah mulai busuk. Wanjay. Ngeribet ya. Sudah mulai busuk, anjir. Tinggal 20 lagi. Ya ungu. Buset. Bus meong nongol banyak amat. Aduh, geblek. Ini weaponnya mana aja nih? Oh, wave breaker. Nggak ada yang oke sih. Yaudah ini aja. Ah ya sudah nggak dapet. Tapi kalau nggak salah gue perception tuh dari fan 5 belum? Yoi, akhirnya dari fan 5 deh. With seat udah. Oh, udah juga nih. Aduh, nggak enak sih. Nggak enak kalau nggak dapet rasanya. Cuman ya sudahlah. Oke, nggak dapet. Tes run aja kalau gitu. Dapet yang baru Toma doang. Tuh, cakep. Desainnya bagus.
Show them.
Terus dia apain? EM-nya 105. Wih, 71152. Oh, pakainya TF Gladiator si Minawa ya. Initiating a maximum of 3 attack. Oh, ini normal attack. Nah, ini R2 kan? Wah, level 8-nya. Boleh, energi kosnya 90. Mahal amat.
Right here, right now.
Cool it.
Right here. Try not to enjoy this too much.
Dodge this.
Emerge. Right now.
Bet, kena tabok. Aduh, gila.
Let the show begin.
Nothing lasts forever.
Wih, asik lu ultinya.
Right here.
Penuh lagi langsung anjir.
What a nuisance. Emerge.
Wedan.
Freeze.
Ya, keburu. Menarik sih ini. Jadi ngelempar R2 dulu terus sambil geledek. Menarik. Weekly dulu lah. Mumpung inget. Bow wielding karakter info to Hydro. Aman.
Burst forth. Stabilize.
Seruduk.
This is order. Come into being. Lament. Tear. Worthless. Tear.
Useless.
Elektro. Oh ya, Nemo. Hihi.
Solidify. Burst forth.
I swear by my sword.
Live. Feel this ancient power. Stabilize. Order guide you. Disappear. Worthless. Worthless. This battle.
Hydro.
Gather. Burst forth.
Useless. Wind, hear me.
I will have order. Live! Witness my great undertaking! Lament!
Oh, ini yang minta telur nih, Riku. Tumben deket-deket. satu lagi. Tuh kan. Tiga-tiganya di sini. Nggak pindah-pindah telenya. Deket banget. Nih, udah ada yang dapat nih kayaknya nih. Coba kita lihat. Mana-mana udah ada yang majang belum? Nah, kan udah dapet bangset. Bangcat emang nih. ID oke nih kampret nih. Oh, masak sama itu belum. Jalanin BP.
This realm is...
Ada yang baru nih kayaknya. Yang lama aja belum dibeli. Ada yang baru.
If you ever...
Wah, dapur nggak ada yang outdoor ya. Berarti ada yang gue buang nih. Ganti Toma. Oh, Rosaria deh. Rosaria ganti. Nah, Toma. Ah, ini dia. Bikin ini aja lah. Mondstadt hash brown. Halo bang, halo Om Diksi. Gimana ya udah dapat? Yae Miko. Kalau saya sih nggak dapet. Gacanya udah, cuma nggak dapet. Questnya, di mana sih? Oh ini. Di mana ini? Secret Sakura. Nazuma.
It's time to move on. We shouldn't stay here.
Di mana? Nggak kelihatan. Markingnya nggak kelihatan. Saya sih udah lama gak main Genshin. Iya. Kirain masih main Genshin, Pak. Di mana ini? Oh, di bawah. Mana? Pensi dari banner yang mana, Om? Kalau masih ingat. ini lawan dogi-dogi ya? Aduh.
You're attacking Sacred Sakura! Stop them!
Iya, bapaknya datang.
Burst forth.
Au, au.
This is order.
Oh,
Solidify.
fansinya pas yang sebelum update Inazuma.
Coming to be. Feel this ancient power.
Wow, there are so many of them! No wonder
Eh?
the Tenryo Commission needed help! Come on!
Oh, ada lagi. Oke.
I will have order.
Torn to oblivion!
Wadaw. Ditebas.
Shogun? Wait, no! Could also be A!
Oh, it's you two. It has been a long time. We have not seen each other since the resolution of the Tenryo Commission crisis.
Okay, sounds more like A. It is you, right? You sure made short work of them! That was amazing!
I'm making early preparations for what is to come. Last time we took a walk around Inazuma together, I witnessed the way the world is today. I was finally able to comprehend some things that I had never understood in the past. Since then, every time I encounter an obstacle in my thinking, I find myself having the urge to spend some time in the outside world.
Makes sense. You must get super bored being stuck in there all the time.
Might I remind you that I am not here to amuse myself. Recently, I have observed a number of changes in the external world from the plane of Euthymia. The most serious of these being the attack on the sacred Sakura. I considered this matter worthy of my attention. So I pursued them, and they led me here, where I happened to run into you.
Udah capek main game-game gacha. Iya, Om. Racun, Om. Jangan. Mending main kripto.
If the Shogun rather than I were to discover them, yes, perhaps.
Why? Because she's just a puppet?
Precisely. According to the rules I designed for her, but rift hounds attacking the sacred.
A disaster?
Yes. 500 years ago, a great catastrophe befell Inazuma. Everything was engulfed in a pitch-black fog, and monsters ravaged the land. The monsters committed many atrocities on Inazuman soil. Their duty was to tear open a passage through space with their claws and teeth. So you've heard of it too. That's an episode of history that I am loath to recall. But an excess of caution is not unwarranted in this case.
Guess you can't argue with that.
Since we are both here for the same reason, let us work together. From the traces they've left in the surrounding area, there should be many more monsters nearby. All of them must be eliminated.
Wih, gile-gile binari lu. Judi dong, Pak. Aduh, bahaya, Pak. Hati-hati, Om. Itu kemarin ada yang cerita temen Amsyong 1M lebih. Coba gue komennya, lu pas lagi Amsyong teriak-teriak, pas lagi menang lu waktu itu diem-diem aja kan.
Paimon feels so safe when we're in Ace Company. Having someone uber powerful on your team kind of makes you feel invincible, doesn't it? Oh yeah, after we've dealt with the monsters, we should ask her to tell us more about Conria. This color! It's similar to the color when the sacred Sakura takes damage. Let's follow it. It should be this way.
Soalnya biasanya kalau kalah nyampe sebanyak itu, oh ini ada warnanya biru-biru. Oh berdarah pohon. Biasanya sebelumnya sempat menang. Jadi entah naruh pertama goceng gitu kan, dapat 25 jadi 20, terus naruh lagi full jadi cepet, terakhir naruh 1M lebih niatnya jackpot, ternyata amsyong. Iya, ada suara gugupnya. Ini apa sampai diseret-seret ke atas? Iya dong, afiliator kan dapat komisi. Kalau lu kalah dia dapat 20% apa 30 ya, lupa gue. Jadi dia selalu flexing. Oh ini ya, oh ini murah ya. Makannya main bidongo. Ini gue disuruh kemana? Tadi kan ada tandanya. Terus tandanya kemana? Oh di sana. Wih loncat dong berarti ini. Darahnya loncat.
We are lucky. The damage is not too serious.
This stuff that's flowing out, is it sap or something? And how come it's glowing?
Wah ini kali nih. Apa glowing ini bisa dibikin cincin Pak Imon. Jadi batu cincin, bisnis di Indo tajir ntar.
Huh?
Tinggal sebut ini apa, Blue Heaven.
What's this?
Eh?
Could they be dead people?
Dead people?
It wouldn't be the first time we'd seen ghosts on our journey, but why would they appear here?
Let's search the area. Perhaps we will find out.
Ini setan apa keenakan kok berak.
I can't go on like this. Not when the other troops are counting on me.
What happened here? Could you tell us?
Who are you? What are you doing here? Run quick while you still can. The monsters will be back. We will defend Inazuma. You don't know? Beasts and horrifying monsters are everywhere. Every last trace of humanity's existence.
But look, none of that seems to be going on around here.
Not right now. The almighty Shogun is gone. So is Kitsune Saigu. I don't know how long we can hold out for.
Don't worry, I'm right here.
It's the Shogun? You're back.
Abang invest token kripto apa? Kemarin sempat itu apa, Shiba Inu. Doge telat. Bitcoin dulu punya, cuma gue jual pas masih murah. Nah kalau Shiba Inu kemarin kan sempat ya lumayan lah, belum terlalu mahal, terus naik tuh, lagi cakep. Cuman nggak tahu nih, kan kedepannya baru dipertimbangkan apa udah disahkan ya sama Bapepti ya, yang menaungi perdagangan trading dan saham di Indonesia, Bapepti. Gue nggak tahu udah dibolehkan atau belum. Wih, asik to the moon, anjir, yang Judika dapat 1 M ya. Goblok.
Please, we beg you. You have to help us. You have to save Inazuma. Only the glow of your supreme lightning can dispel this terrible darkness. Please, or the whole of Inazuma will be reduced to a hunting ground for the beasts.
Calm down. The war you speak of is over.
Over? But what do you mean?
Look around you. The grass, there are no monsters. Nor is there...
What? But how? I saw them tear my comrade to shreds with my own eyes.
Itu kemarin habis, gue nggak tahu hitungan hari atau hitungan jam ya, habis ada postingannya ya, si oknum anggota DPR itu kan, kalau sebut nama nggak enak, tapi pasti tahu. Nggak lama dari Bapepti asik ilegal diperjualbelikan di Indonesia. Buset. Langsung bukan to the moon apa? Ngelamun Pak, langsung grafiknya ke bawah. Bukan to the moon lagi. Turun 50% lebih kayaknya.
Hey, calm down. Everything's fine now.
Dan sampai sekarang masih turun deh.
I think I
Setahu
understand.
gue.
Almighty Shogun, you saved Inazuma. Yes, thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, thank you.
What's wrong with him?
He's gone.
Paimon can't even begin to understand what that was all about.
If I am not mistaken, the sacred Sakura can absorb and purify the filth in the ley lines. An entity formed with strong filth would be highly aggressive. Purified filth quickly dissipates, and
So the memories of the ones that...
yes, that soldier was one of the many thousands who made the ultimate sacrifice. What he was describing just now was precisely the
Targetnya
disaster
Mama
that happened in
Arisan,
Inazuma
gila.
500 years ago.
Iya, kasihan Pak. Grup-grup emak-emaknya. Ada yang banyak kayaknya yang nge-share screenshotan. Saya beli sekian kok sekarang uang saya tinggal sekian. Gua nggak tahu itu bener apa enggak, cuma seandainya bener ya kesian sih gua ngeliatnya.
Yes. Inazuma was facing many great crises at that time. Some were local in origin, while others... The disaster in Inazuma caused... But my friend, Kitsune Saiku, I could tell that, although neither of us acknowledged it,
Aduh, ini si A
we both knew that the road ahead would likely
bening banget ya
end in
gambar.
tragedy.
Inazuma...
Indeed. Countless monsters suddenly... I never had the chance to see her one last time. But even then, Inazuma was left more devastated than we could have ever imagined.
Hey,
Yes. All my martial might was in vain. But after my clash with human ambition, when I traveled around Inazuma with you, moving forward inevitably invites further loss. Just think of that soldier. All those who sacrificed themselves back then gave their lives fighting for a future.
Apa tuh? Katanya bakal ada metaverse
Perhaps
asik gila
the
gitu.
future they were hoping for
Nanti
is
begitu
not the eternity that I once strove for.
masuk lagunya ini siapa? Ayu Ting Ting. Asik 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 asik. Kita to the moon.
As Inazuma's god, warriors of the past who I will never forget you and all that you did for Inazuma.
he's taking all this pretty hard.
Come on. Let's keep investigating the damage to the sacred Sakura.
Oh, siap, Bu. Mana. Lurus terus, depan agak ke kanan. Oh ini, dugi-duginya.
Expected there are a load of rift hounds here too.
Wah, kampret.
Leave them to me.
Aduh.
Now you shall perish.
Kok jadi dia? Aduh, gawat.
Down.
Gak ada reactionnya lagi kan?
Torn to oblivion.
Nah, bagus Jongli lah. Kenapa jadi si A sendiri?
Something seems wrong with A.
Wah, pusing dia. Wah, ditawarin Panadol. Apa Paramek?
Why would you ask that?
Iya nanya. Kan dua-duanya obat warung, sama-sama paracetamol. Mau Panadol apa Paramek?
Well, usually you'd pull out your sword and swish.
You are unduly concerned. Although I have some understanding of the situation, I must be prepared for anything. If there are more formidable monsters...
Makes sense. The roots seem pretty badly damaged this time. We definitely need to tell the Yashiro Commission about this.
Apa tuh? Jangan gampang percaya token-token Indo. Ikut-ikutan hype. Abis itu dibawa kabur. Aduh. Mending percaya duit ini apa koin gopean 1991 ya? Yang kabarnya ada emasnya terus bisa dijadiin cincin.
Hey, the same light is leaking out again.
Wah, ada aki-aki matanya ditutup. Fetis apa ini?
Furuyama? Is that you?
Almighty Shogun, what brings you back so soon?
Fighting a battle in a distant land?
Allow me to introduce Furuyama. Though blind, Furuyama is unparalleled in his ability.
Your Excellency, you shower me with praise undeserved. It sounds like the Almighty Shogun has brought a guest. I'm afraid I'm unable to serve you any respectable after all.
What should we do?
Let's go along with what he said. Oh, ini aja.
Yeah. Sheesh. There's monsters everywhere out there.
I see. So, most of the residents in this neighborhood have already escaped. And now the Almighty Shogun is here. I have even less reason to run away. Imagine if this was something that even the Almighty Shogun was powerless to resolve. People flee out of a desire to live on. But me, I have no such thoughts. And I have no regrets.
Wih, no regrets. Itu logonya Fear. Dulu ada produk jargonnya gitu. Fear, gambarnya mata. 2. Fear, no regrets. Zaman gue SMP sih, nggak tahu sekarang masih ada apa enggak.
The Almighty Shogun often speaks to me about her dreams over tea. Just listening to her stories. One thing she always says is, good things don't last forever. So you see, as bleak...
Perhaps you are right.
It won't be long now before I have to say goodbye to the Almighty Shogun for the last time. But I suppose it doesn't matter once this catastrophe is over.
Dia kayaknya matanya buta, ketahuan ngintip si E nih. Langsung dikasih pakai tombak ya kan. Cus, pakai R2.
Oh, goodness me.
Kena matanya.
Befuddled, look at me. The Almighty Shogun comes to visit and I don't have the... One moment, I'll just...
Can't see.
Really? But it's always been right by my side. I couldn't possibly have my guests fed...
Don't worry about it. Take a...
Almighty Shogun, you're not going too, are you?
This place is complicated. Leave it to us.
But... Well, okay. I can't decide whether it's a final regret.
Where should we go to find a tea set? Having a cup of tea isn't exactly the most urgent thing
400
to do
so
right
tele
now.
kalau 400 ya. Nah, kami satu.
I'm also feeling very nostalgic for his tea.
It's the Traveler. And the Almighty Shogun. How might I be of assistance, Your Excellency?
I wish to borrow a tea set from the Yashiro Commission.
Oh, sure. Please step into the courtyard and...
Be at ease. I'm not here to see Commissioner Kamisato.
No. I am your humble servant. I daren't think of my own convenience when the Almighty Shogun graces me with her presence. I'll deal with it right away.
Well, it's not often we have the chance to chat.
Right. Paimon wanted to ask that too.
I seldom had the time to drink tea, so in the vast majority of cases, he may well have had an inkling about there being two Raiden Shoguns. The philosophy of life that he shared with us just now.
You and Makoto had...
Indeed we did. Yet in her eyes, the most precious things in this world were dreams. They are similar, but not identical. When you came charging into the plane of Euthymia, now, it seems like she was right.
Wow. There sure was a lot going on.
Makoto saw a bigger picture than I did. An ambition is a yearning for something material. Makoto was more concerned with the force that drives humans to constantly generate new ambitions in the first place.
That's... quite a lot to take in.
To put it simply, Makoto wasn't concerned about outcomes. I didn't understand at the time. I suppose what it comes down to is the definition of eternity she set out with. Yes, it does. But in the last analysis, Makoto's philosophy was, on the surface at least, an elegantly simple one.
Do you feel you're starting to understand her better now?
You have already witnessed my previous views on eternity, but now I no longer cling to what was lost.
Almighty Shogun, I found a tea set. This one in particular should be fit for your excellency's use.
It's quite beautiful. Thank you.
You are too kind. A humble servant such as I does not deserve the gratitude of the Almighty Shogun.
It's all good, sir. She's actually pretty chill.
Let us return. We ought not keep Furuyama waiting too long.
Balik lagi ke tukang teh. Oke. Tea Master. Yang punya sari wangi nih kayaknya dia.
Hey, where'd he go? He wouldn't have gone looking for a tea set himself, would he?
Or perhaps the ley lines did not have the power to sustain him for very long.
So we won't get to drink his tea? We didn't even have a chance to say goodbye.
The information held in the ley lines is complex and disorderly. Well, this chance won't come often, and we do have a tea set. Perhaps I should try my hand at making us a pot of tea. I've watched Furuyama brew tea on many occasions. I doubt I should have any major problems doing it myself.
Yuk, diracikin teh. A piping hot
The
pot.
tea is ready. Please give it a try. So many thoughts were racing through my head as I was brewing it. I'm not sure how to explain it. You're right. But the things we've seen today have brought back many memories for me. I've been reminded of many people, too. Back at the Yashiro Commission, the events of 500 years ago not only robbed me of my friend.
She died in that disaster too?
Yes. She went to Conria alone, without telling me. Unlike me, Makoto was no martial artist at this time. The circumstances were so grave that Makoto had no choice but to leave me behind. Yes. It was too late. She had already lapsed into unconsciousness by that point. It was there that we bid each other a final farewell. Why did she go to Conria first, and not I? It was there and then that I resolved to pursue eternity.
That's quite a story.
When I returned to Inazuma, I was shocked to find that a great sakura tree had appeared on Mount Yogo. That's exactly what everyone back then told me as well. No one questioned it. In the end, I simply had to accept that it was a miraculous effect of Makoto's consciousness. With the help of the sacred sakura's power, I was finally able to overcome the monsters and quell the disaster in Inazuma.
Kisahnya dalam sih kesian.
This is all really hard to understand. Kinda beyond Paimon's level.
Kinda beyond Spymon's level. Aduh. Gile. Ini apa nih? Ntar dulu. Ada yang message di Discord. Gue balas dulu.
T had such a great love for this land. I once told myself that I would never speak of these events again. But even the tea that is most bitter to the tongue, once swallowed, leaves some sweetness in the throat. And it's time I came to terms with it all.
Banyak pikiran dia sih.
While we're on the topic, since you experienced that battle in person...
Brother? I had heard that you were looking for your family. You mean to say that he was somehow involved in the Conria disaster?
Based on what we've learned so far, it seems so, yeah.
I'm sorry. I wasn't there for the whole thing. By the time I arrived, the worst of the fighting was already over. And also, my mind was consumed entirely with the plight of Inazuma and the fate of those closest to me. So...
Oh, well, that's a shame. But it can't be helped, I guess. Boy, both of you have experienced great tragedy.
With this last cup of tea, let us honor the Tea Master's memory. Thank you, Destiny, for giving us the chance to meet again.
Apakah udah selesai?
Let's keep following the
Allah.
Very well. Based on my investigation so far, I believe this next pack of monsters should be the last.
Di mana ya? Cari Momon. Mon. Oh ini. Kameranya ngapa itu? Goblok lah. Kameranya cacat. Muter-muter sendiri. Nggak usah ditunjukin ke sono bangsat. Udah lihat. Ngefet. Gue lewat atas salah. Ada Kujirai. Oh iya, Kujirai belum gua kelarin. Hei, itu dia guguk ya. Hei, kameranya jangan ngelok dong, ngefet. Nggak enak bener.
Once again, please leave them to me.
Hey! Are you sure you're all right? You're scaring us!
Fear not. Fighting is what I do best. There is no escape!
Tuh kan jelek. 5791 222.
Illusion shattered. Shine down.
Lah, kenapa?
Are you alright?
I'm fine.
Now you shall perish. Illusion shattered. Torn to oblivion. Shine down.
Macet-macet dia.
Illusion shattered. There is no escape. Now you shall perish.
Maybe you should leave this one to us.
My apologies.
Don't worry about it. Just take a breather and get your strength back. We'll deal with the monsters. Look, that's the same light again.
Time for another trip down memory lane.
Where am I? Who are you? Almighty Shogun, you're here too. Are you injured, Your Excellency?
I'm quite all right. Just feeling a little stiff.
We, the Shogunate Samurai, will defend the Shogun until the very end.
Come on, men. They're coming back for more. Let's get them.
Don't! It's too dangerous.
Danger is our duty, ma'am. If we were the kinds to shy away from danger, we never would have taken up arms to begin with.
No need to worry, Almighty Shogun. When the situation looks bleak, we will draw on the power granted to us by the gods.
Is that a vision?
It certainly is. I know the gods are omnipotent, and their willingness to grant their power to humans means they have high expectations for us. If the Almighty Shogun is in trouble, now of all times is the moment for us to honor that.
So that's how samurai of that era understood visions, huh?
Nobody knew where Your Excellency had gone, and we were starting to despair. But now we've found you. You're right here with us. Just the sight of you appearing before us once more has reignited the hope in our hearts. This hope is the light that will guide us out from the darkness.
Everyone, on me!
We'll help too!
Huh? Affirmative, but watch your backs.
Selau. Bawa Arkon. Oh, nggak bisa keluar ke sana.
Go as well. I swear by my sword.
This is order. Burst forth, moment of birth. Evil conquering.
It seems like their attacks are finally over.
I've never fought so fiercely before.
Thank you all.
Are you okay? Maybe you should keep resting.
I'm fine. I feel much better already.
You fought phenomenally. It was truly awe-inspiring. The monsters will definitely come back. And when they do, it'll be more than a few Rift Hounds this time. Quickly, escort Her Excellency back to Inazuma City, and regroup with the General's forces as soon as possible.
When everyone sees the Almighty Shogun safely returning, their spirits will be lifted.
Well, what are you guys gonna do?
We will stay here and guard against the monsters' advance. We cannot afford to let them get any further. We are brothers in arms. As long as we stick together, we can face any number of monsters that come our way.
Just leave it to us. Fighting is what we do best. But the Almighty Shogun is the only one of us with the power to change the present state of affairs. No matter what kind of threat faces Inazuma, we will always place our faith in the Almighty Shogun.
Oh, thank you all very much. I should not have left it this late to make this promise.
Don't worry, Your Excellency. We will never doubt your word as long as we live. With you leading us, we will claim back everything that Inazuma has lost.
Glory to the Shogun!
Glory to the Shogun!
They're gone.
It was both. The people's sacrifice has always caused me immense pain. The result being that in the centuries since their sacrifice, you could take the view that whatever I say to them is meaningless. But even so, they are due a resolution.
Well, Paimon thinks that even if it's a few hundred years later, you're doing right by them now, and that's what counts.
Thank you for your comforting words. I used to think just like that samurai. That I was first and foremost a warrior. But what Inazuma needs more than a warrior is someone like Makoto. Even though I am utterly unlike Makoto, and can never become the person she was, I still need to do the things that she would have done. Yes, they are. As the Raiden Shogun they revere, I should not be the one to hold them back.
Well said. Sounds to Paimon like you figured things out.
Change will come to Inazuma, no matter how long it takes. Now that we've dealt with the Rift Hounds, this matter is halfway resolved. I will leave the Tenryo and Yashiro commissions to handle the follow-up work.
Alrighty then, let's move on. It looks calm on the outside, but Paimon bets her emotions must be all over the place right now, huh? She seems to have changed a lot since we last met her. Huh? What's wrong, eh? Come on, keep up. What's going on? Are you feeling unwell again?
My body... I can't move it. It looks like the situation is more serious than I thought. No need. She is calling me. The time has come. Can you help me walk? I need to go to the cave below the Grand Narukami Shrine.
Why? What?
A battleground.
Ooh. Ini kebuka ya.
I don't concern myself with the weather.
Kalau gitu jangan bawa albedo. Sini aja coba. Ningguang. Mana Ningguang?
Understood.
Waduh, Ningguangnya berantakan artefaknya. Kampret. Oh, ini butuh gladiator nih. Ini apa? Crit threat. Iya, butuh gladiator dia. Ih, baru ininya. Iya, baru menunya. Nice. Bentar, gladiator gue mana? Oh, ini dia. Gladiator finale. Kepalanya ganti. Upgrade rate boleh sini. Upgrade dulu lah. Tahu dapat berapa. Kurang. Kurang ternyata. Oh, ini crit damage. Attack. Crit damage. Ini crit rate buat dilup. Weaponnya apa sih? Watek. Berarti kepalanya harus crit rate. Oke. Ini aja. Weapon udah 90. Talent aman.
Then lay a hand on me.
Kembun. Oh, gua yang ini. Tempat nyari batu ini di sini.
Here. The entrance should be nearby.
Whoa! Where'd that Tory gate come from?
It's getting worse again. This is a place I once sealed off with my own hands. The entrance to Raiden Makoto's realm of consciousness. It looks like she will no longer allow me to do with this body as I please.
Huh? What are you talking about? And who is she? Makoto?
Follow me.
Where are we Paimon's dizzy. Where did we get sucked into this time? Whoa. This place... Look over there! It's another A!
We meet again, traveler. This body is an assistant to the one within, but it is also the guardian of the rules. Should the one within wish to stray from the rules, this body shall stand in her way.
Wait! Paimon knows that voice! Is that... the puppet?
You have wandered the realm in my body, and you appear to have grasped the true essence of eternity. You believe your present self has greater certainty than your former self. Thus, you believe your present self is correct, don't you? But have you really been enlightened with new ideas? Or have you been degraded by irreversible erosion? I'm here to show you my answer. We are both warriors, and the dialogue we must now have shall be conducted by the blade alone.
Wait! The atmosphere in here just took a turn for the worse! Are you alright now?
The discomfort I was experiencing earlier was caused by the Shogun rejecting my continued use of her body. As she indicates, once I started entertaining the idea of change, I became hostile in her eyes. But inside a realm of consciousness, I exist independently of her. She cannot affect me in this way. Though she is a puppet, the Shogun has her own consciousness too. When necessary, she appears here to confront me.
Paimon gets that everyone has their internal battles and stuff, but not like this! It's a bit extreme! Hey, showdown with the Shogun? Never thought we'd see that day!
The rules I set for the Shogun are... No. The Shogun herself is the manifestation of my past ideals. the very foundation stone of eternity. It shall not be easily swayed. I would not try to change her if it wasn't necessary.
Isn't there any other way? Can't you talk it through or something? But they both just want the best for Inazuma.
My form is a symbol of supreme majesty, in which has been vested power over all the realm. It is the cohesive embodiment of all that constitutes the Raiden Shogun. It inherits Ei's pain, the pain of inevitable loss that comes as she moves forward. So too does it inherit her determination to reach eternity. Every action undertaken is for the sake of resisting erosion. Determination, courage, love, hatred. All of these will be degraded and distorted by the incessant flow of time. Only rules shall remain constant for eternity. Those were my thoughts when I created you. Now, they are towering obstacles that I have no choice but to overcome. You wish to make yourself my enemy? I am your past, the everlasting law, the guardian of eternity. And I am she who promised a dream to her subjects. Raiden A. In the end, even the proud and mighty...
Ya, gelutnya sendiri. Gawat.
Though your blade has been cleansed of her blood and filth, never shall it shine as bright.
Pedih banget. Ow.
That shine down. Weak. That weak. There is no escape. The eye sweeps the lands, torn to oblivion. Illusion shattered. The Kitsune sakura blossoms that once filled the skies fell to the ground as pitch-black rain. As long as the ley lines flow, the relentless erosion of time will never stop.
She's completely recovered?
Weak. Now you shall perish. This world, a fleeting shadow. Shine down. The divine lightning that envelops all of Inazuma will fade silently into the clouds. There shall never be another. Never.
Itu kenapa Shogun lawan Shogun? Ini konflik kepentingan, Om. Aduh, nggak kena.
This ends now. There is no escape. The eye sweeps the land. Illusion shattered.
Gila gede bateri. How?
Inazuma shines eternal. Crumbles.
Have you finally defeated her?
Itu Shogun palsu yang dilawan apa gimana? Ah, kan yang satu si A kan. Nah, satu lagi kan bonekanya yang biasa jadi Raiden Shogun itu. Nah, kalau si A itu kan yang biasa di Plane of Euthymia itu. Dia lagi keluar tadi mau ngeberesin masalah yang pohon Sacred Sakura. Nah, ini si Raiden Shogunnya nggak terima. Bonekanya ini Raiden Shogun.
It appears your martial prowess has not dulled. But how long can your will remain strong?
How the heck?
Shogun puppet isn't invincible.
In this realm of consciousness, her existence is tenacious indeed. She was built to resist erosion. Her will is stronger than any other living beings, including you and me.
Then, does that mean this is gonna be a never-ending battle?
Maybe. But I have to prove to her that my present will is no product of erosion. The future I shall forge will be a grand undertaking, One that will be resistant to erosion.
Tenang, ada Arkon dari Liu ntar ngebantuin. Nyongli.
If I don't do this, the Shogun's rules can never change, and Inazuma can never move forward. This is my duty. No matter how long this battle may last, months, years, centuries, and no matter how many times we must fight, I will defeat her. 500 years ago, humanity proved their strength in battle. Here in the present, they rely on their ambition to challenge wayward practices. It is about time that I learned to trust them. I understand that. But if the dreams of which Makoto spoke are true eternity, I fight for the everlasting future of Inazuma. I vow to the subjects of Inazuma that I shall one day return. During my absence, I place everything in Miko's hands.
But this means that...
Pass on my words.
Looks like we got kicked out. Oh, what do we do? Are we really just gonna leave A and the Shogun to keep on duking it out in there forever? She was making sense. And maybe this is the only way to change the Shogun's rules, but still... Right? Also, A can be pretty stubborn at times, and has a history of rushing into difficult situations. What if she gets too obsessed with winning, and she forgets why she's there in the first place? It could happen, and then she might never leave again. Yeah, we should help her out, like we did last time. The quicker she gets through this, the better. Is there any way we can cut down how long she needs to spend in there? Or, you know, help her win the fight? Well, whatever. We can't let anything bad happen to A while she's in there. Oh, but we also can't get in there anymore. Okay, well, first things first. We gotta find a way back in. Oh, come on, brain juice. Don't feel Paimon now. Okay. Maybe if we both ram into it at the same time really, really hard. Oh, you're right. Paimon nearly forgot about her. Who knows if she really understands these consciousness realm playing thingies more than we do, but there's no one else we can turn to. All right, up the mountain we go.
Disuruh nabrak berdua. Gokil Paimin. Aduh, Paimin. Aduh, ya Miko. Aduh, Bu. Saya tadi gacha di sini nggak dapet Anda, Bu. Kampret.
Someone's not in the best of moods. Let me guess. You're all tangled up in another situation and need me to unravel it for you. I hope you realize how lucky you are. If it was anyone else, I don't think I'd have the patience to keep greeting them with a smile after the first few times.
But you're always smiling.
That was a figure of speech, do you understand? Nitpicking my turns of phrase. The sheer audacity.
Oh, yeah. Something really big's happened. It's A. She...
Oh, okay, I see. So, A's decided to palm Inazuma off on the humans, while she goes off on her own to fight a fierce battle that doesn't even have an end date. Impossibly stubborn. Jumps straight to the most extreme course of action imaginable, presumes her sheer will can see her through, despite a near impossible goal that requires nothing short of the very peak of her abilities. Yes, that sounds like A all right. You know as well as I do that she's always been like this. Why start fretting about it now? Rushed into it without thinking. Well put. Oh, she acts like such a child sometimes. So you seem to be under the impression that I am able to offer some sort of help? Who gave you that idea?
Is she playing dumb? She's doing this on purpose, for sure.
Uh-huh. You're learning, little one. But really, the truth of the matter is that I don't know much more about Raiden Makoto's realm of consciousness than you do. All I know is that it's the foundation of the sacred Sakura, and from what I've heard, it's a little different from A's plane of euthymia.
Because Raiden Makoto is...
Not just because of that, The nature of the space itself is different in some way, but I can only speculate. You're the ones who have actually been there, so you tell me. What was it like? Anyway, we needn't worry about the details too much. It'll just be a little difficult to explain things later on, that's all. First things first. Follow me to the entrance.
Protection of the electro arc.
Gather!
Now then, I always have my ways. It's just a question of how crafty I need to be. To the outsider, the realm of consciousness is a very abstract concept. Luckily, I'm A's familiar, so I can sense her rough whereabouts. In other words, even though I can't pinpoint the exact spatial location of this realm, I can still send you to where A is.
So, it's abstract, but has a location, but you don't know where it is, but you can still send us there. What?
Bagus, Paimin.
Yes, no need to try and understand it. Let me put this simply. Right now, she is surrounded by chaos. Everything is turbulent and disordered. If you try to force your way in, you could be swept away by a giant wave that sets you down in an unknown corner of space-time. This is precisely why when entering the plane of euthymia, it's much safer if you place your consciousness in a physical object first.
What? Alright, well, Paimon, stay here then. You two can go in.
In your dreams!
Suit yourself. Worst case scenario, all we stand to lose is A. So what's the big deal?
Paimon's had it up to here with both of you! Fine. Paimon's coming too.
Oh, well, if you're quite sure, then of course. Now, I shall send you on your way. I say. Oh, nothing. It just seems extraordinarily chaotic, that's all. My suspicions have been confirmed. By the way, remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only a strong enough will can prevent you from being swallowed by the giant waves of abstract space. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination. Well then, the door is open. Hop on in. I'll stay outside and provide what stability I can. I'll be ready to respond if anything happens. I'm placing my god in your capable hands. For my sake, and for Inazuma's, please. Bring her back.
Screenshot dulu. Bagus nih.
Nico, you better know what you're doing.
That's enough chatter. Get to work. Remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination.
Huh? How can this be? You have returned. But how were you able to get back in? And how come you have not changed at all in all these years? This is a duel to remember. It is as if we have returned to the moment when the laws of eternity were first established. Your will today is as strong as it was back then. Over countless battles, not once have you lost, and never have you shown the slightest hesitation. Had I made all enemies of eternity stand against you, you still would not have wavered. For your firm commitment to enforcing the rules, you have my admiration too. You bring honor to the title of Guardian of Eternity. Now these two return once more to this space. An inevitability of fate, perhaps. Then, let this be our final duel. The conclusion to that which began 500 years ago. Final duel? So you're finally willing to stand back, traveler. I'm going to be the start of something new. The time our duels took to fight was long enough to witness the rise and fall of... Shine down! This spark energy that you see.
Damn.
Vaporize the ocean.
Sasano. Wih, meledak.
And the will they demanded, sufficient to penetrate minds and crush dreams. Yet, you have endured. I will endure forever. Witness the final
What?
calamity.
Oh, harus gitu. Oke.
Shine down.
Oh, ada perisainya harus digebuk.
Eternity is in my hands.
Waduh. Sakit.
There is no escape in the spirit.
What?
All obstacles. Shine down. Ruin. Followed by blade.
Jadi zombie terakhir.
This is the end. You have won. I believed you were incapable of transcending the past. But it seems my belief was baseless, and I underestimated your spirit. But a will that cannot be eroded has no way to embrace the future. You need not worry about the future. And you aren't alone. I know your power more than anyone else. Had I relied upon my strength alone, I would have lost this duel for sure. Yet, my reason for fighting redefined my martial prowess and redrew my limits. And whenever I think of this, I feel something stirring within Muso Ishin.
Bagus nih buat screenshot juga.
The blade that I inherited from Makoto seems to be trying to guide me, to encourage me. I noticed it also. Just now in the heat of battle, it seemed to unleash a new and unfamiliar power. This power is beyond the limits of my understanding. This blade belonged to Makoto. When I clasped Muso Ishin in my hands, I had the feeling that she was by my side once again. It was at once a familiar feeling and a strange one. You have my approval. Your present will is not the product of erosion. I shall no longer stop you from attempting to modify the rules. From this day forth, this body will remain your assistant. I won't design any more rules that can never be changed. You used to represent my past, but from today onward, You are me. Makoto never saw me as a fearless weapon. Likewise, I should not regard you as a mere tool. You truly have changed. I suppose this is what humans call growth. I understand. I shall become your shadow, just as you were once Makoto's shadow. The duties I perform will not change, but as a warrior, I look forward to the chance to fight like this again in the future. Do you say this because you have not yet reconciled yourself with your defeat? It was simply a new experience for me. One that is worth reliving.
Have you finished fighting then? Like, for real this time?
Hello, A. And greetings, those who have come to bear witness. I am Raiden Makoto, the previous Electro Archon, who failed in my duties and left you all to pick up the pieces. Makoto? I'm so happy. You've come so far. I always knew you would make it here in the end. I left a faint fragment of my will in Muso Ishin, so that in the moment that you unleashed its full power, I too would be released. A convoluted way to reach you, but... well, you held such deeply entrenched views at the time that you wouldn't have listened to a word I said. There was no time to wait for you to have a change of heart. Please forgive me. All I could do was find some way to wait until you came to me. But... you never mentioned this to me. Everything happened so suddenly. I'm sorry. I've always felt terrible for having to entrust Inazuma to you all of a sudden. I should have been the one to impart these ideas to you, a little at a time, to dissuade you from your pursuit of stillness. Did you know what was about to happen in Conria? I had some sense of it. That place was not somewhere that any Archon could afford to ignore. In my present form, I can no longer perceive time. I don't know how long we have been separated before this reunion, and I don't know what Inazuma has experienced in the meantime. But I know that this must have been an extremely arduous journey for you. And I'm sure you must have wanted to shed tears many times along the way. Don't look down on me. See? You admit it. It was with this possibility in mind that I left a parting gift for you. Something to soothe Inazuma's pain. Here, take it. Before my last shred of consciousness fades away. But it is you who must take the most important step.
The light turned into a seed?
The miracle tree that blesses the people, in this moment new to the world and yet to be known. When to plant it, where it shall bloom. She who brings it into being must let her heart and dreams decide. Grant it life, eh? Is it really? Eternity extends time into infinity. Dreams illuminate each moment within. When both shine in unison, the sacred Sakura blooms from the darkness, finally free from the clutches of the heavenly principles. Now the nightmare has dissipated, and reality is made whole. The vision we both yearn for is still further ahead. My only regret is that I cannot witness Inazuma's future, nor can I walk this journey with you. Do you know, A? I am so happy right now, because my final wish has now come true. Your polearm once protected me from countless calamities. For this, I've always felt indebted to you. Though I could never repay you in full, this sacred Sakura will buy you some time until you are ready to awaken and embrace the new. What do you think? Did it do the trick? This time, it really is goodbye, eh? Goodbye, Makoto.
Bagus sekali ya.
So the A of the present planted the sacred sakura in the realm of consciousness, and it took root in the Inazuma of the past. No matter what you make of it, it's quite incredible.
All of this is thanks to Makoto's power. Her understanding of eternity is much more profound than mine. Eternity is a concept intimately connected with time.
A place where time is meaningless and cannot be understood with ordinary logic. So that was the turbulence I was sensing. Perhaps that is the reason why you were able to return precisely to this point in time without any problems. And yet, that sense of disorderliness has now completely disappeared.
I don't fully understand yet. But my intuition tells me that the reason for everything, it's that seed.
Well, I'm not convinced that it was Makoto's power alone.
I know what you mean. Perhaps Makoto got a higher power involved in all of this. But whatever the explanation, her solution is what saved us all. Without the sacred Sakura, Inazuma would likely have been completely swallowed up centuries ago by that disaster and the filth.
I know you've always perceived there was something special about the sacred Sakura, but to me, it has always been there. You've tried in the past to prove to me that there's a connection between the sacred Sakura and Makoto's consciousness, but unfortunately, you never did persuade me, did you?
No, but I understand why now. It was because the sacred Sakura hadn't even been planted then.
But don't you think that tree looked a lot different than how it does now?
The sacred Sakura is within my purview at the shrine, so obviously I get to prune it exactly how I like it.
Ugh. Now we see who's pulling the strings.
I'm joking. That tree has been through a lot since it first sprouted. We have the loving care of Kitsune over the ages to thank for how it appears today. And obviously I played my part too. It's fair to say that very little time passed between the moment you came out of that realm and the moment you re-entered it. But in that same time, centuries of battling took place on the inside, did it not? Traveler, if I'm guessing correctly, you were repeating your wishes to yourself in your mind, weren't you? At that time, I could sense A's whereabouts, but I also sensed anomalies in the flow of time within that space. Suffice to say, time added a whole new dimension to our search. Simply establishing a location was not sufficient. Fortunately, your will was strong enough that the turbulence carried you to the moment in time most likely to be the intersection of all that you were wishing for. The flow of turbulence may well have been influenced by Makoto, but it took everyone's efforts combined to ultimately help A. So this time, it looks like thanks are due to you.
Does that mean it wasn't by chance that we ended up at the final duel? We were always meant to be there to witness what was going to happen?
I thought that the flow of time was the same on the inside and the outside, so it was a great shock to me when the traveler reappeared. My first thought was, has a great disaster befallen Inazuma? But it turned out you had come to rescue me. You came for my sake, to help me reach the best possible outcome. You too have my thanks. You have done much for me, and I will never forget it.
Hey, how are you feeling now?
My body has fully recovered, and the Shogun's will no longer fights against me.
Always thrilled to hear you're in good health. But I was really asking about your emotions. Have you managed to calm down? After all, you saw Makoto in there, didn't you?
I only heard her voice. I wouldn't say I saw her. I'll be fine. It brought a few things back, of course, but I've made my decision to move forward. I have to say, this has reminded me once again just how brilliant Makoto was. She predicted all the ways in which Inazuma's future could unfold, all the way back then. She even factored my immaturity into her plan. It's all thanks to her that Inazuma lived to see this day. I just planted a seed.
Yeah, it was thanks to everything you did that you got to see her again. That's amazing!
Thank you.
Today, at long last, you and Inazuma finally emerge from the shadows cast by the events of centuries past. Makoto and you are Inazuma's past and future, and both are indispensable.
It's rare to hear such comforting words from you. I graciously accept them.
Oh, come on. You only think it's rare because you never used to listen to a word I say.
Makoto said the exact same thing!
Great minds think alike, hmm? I wonder, does that qualify me to, maybe, take the position of Shogun for a couple of days? Actually, no. Forget that. Far more trouble than it's worth.
We will have to end the frivolities there. There is much work to be done. The Shogun and I will closely review the Inazuma of today to find out where things currently stand. Then, we will give careful consideration to the future. After that, I will abolish the Sakoku decree.
Really? That's huge news!
I am no longer pursuing an eternity defined by stasis. In which case, there is no further need to keep the nation under lock and key. I don't doubt that many challenges lie ahead for Inazuma. I'm looking forward to it.
Nice. Bagus loh. Bagus questnya. Cutscene-cutscene-nya juga oke. Oh, ini ada 2. Ada yang 4 hari sama 11 hari. Oke. Oh, ini. Apa ini?
Osmanthus whined. Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth. And those that come across Liyue tend to stay a while. So it is where many things come to settle.
Coba. Belum dapet kan ininya. Rewardnya. Versi in this world. Oh. Appropriate elemental attack, anjir lah.
Gather.
Inferior.
Weak. Gather.
The eye sweeps the lands.
Waduh.
This ends now.
Gather.
It's nothing. Give up. Lightning falls on the land.
I will have order.
This body is eternal.
Solidify.
There is no escape. Your life is mine. Don't waste my time.
Solidify.
Barbados.
Wah, susah ini. Nggak mati-mati ini deh.
Witness the final calamity.
Oh, harus bawa elektro. Gak ada rasanya ditabuk 3.000. Parah ya. Where is it? Ih, gue naik. Gak kena kan jadinya. Kacau sih.
Your verdict is decided. This world, a fleeting shadow. Illusions are but distractions. Shattered.
Ketahuan.
Stabilize.
I swear by my sword. Useless. It's nothing. Your life is mine. Your verdict is decided.
Don't waste my time.
Gather.
This body is eternal.
Gila 200.
Ruin follows my blade.
Solidify.
It's nothing. Perish. Ruin's flat. Useless. Evil conquering. Here. Witness.
Solidify.
Final calamity.
Mati gua. Bener mati lo langsung. Oh, tadi langsung pecah karena pakai ini apa namanya?
Eternity is
Si
in my hands. Prepare to die.
Solidify.
si itunya lagi pakai elek apa? Lagi ulti. Si Xiao-nya.
It's nothing.
Solidify.
Inferior. Lament. Worthless.
Salah bawa, Bos. Kusut. Kusut. Kusut anjir. Salah bawa hero-nya ini. Dapat apa? R. Crit damage 78. Bisa jadi bagus tuh. Kalau bagus. Gile. Oke deh. Resin masih berapa? Masih 87 buat nanti deh. Resin udah kan, daily udah, jalanin quest juga udah. Thank you buat yang udah nonton, yang bakal nonton juga thank you. Ketemu lagi di live stream berikutnya. Tapi kayaknya hari ini sih gue bakal upload video Cyberpunk. Semalam baru nongol Cyberpunk yang versi PS5. Oke, thank you semua.